Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Happy Ecosystem Merger and Mastery Monday. Happy Father's Day as well. I put up a rather lengthy post yesterday. Thank you. Some or many of you commented on or saw it pretty quickly yesterday. I'm definitely not saying it is a must read at all, but it shared from my heart about Father's Day. And I reflected upon, probably took me about 3 hours to put it all together, but I just felt moved. It wasn't intended. It was just something I felt moved in my heart to do. Late in the afternoon yesterday, I started working on it. And, Mona was super helpful in getting that done. So I'm really appreciative to her. And I reflected upon all the people that were my dad, my biological dad. I have two stepfathers. My mom's married 3 times. And currently happily married, and my current stepfather Jerry, or my stepfather, is awesome. And I reflected upon all the different males that impacted my life. And by the way, there's many females. The female side is every bit, if not more important than the male side. The males that impacted me. We'll get to that on a different day. I just think it's so critical for us all, or so forget critical. It's a beautiful thing and a critically important distinction to simultaneously connect to the impact we have in a short time. And when we model people and behaviors, how easy it could be to either think that if we're going to model somebody's behavior, we have to model all of it. So, or to decide not to model somebody because we don't like them or agree with them, right? So if you look at Donald Trump, for example, and even the name Donald Trump would upset you or anger you, it may prevent you from learning from his incredibly high skill set in galvanizing people around things. And your reflexive answer may be, well, he galvanizes people around bad things. Well, maybe. I'm not assessing if that's true or not, but I am assessing that galvanizing people around something is an incredibly important thing to do to lead. And as an example. So, and again, it could be, you could say it's negative, but that would be skipping over the fact that it still requires galvanizing. And then that may lead you to go, okay, well, who would be somebody then who galvanizes somebody around things in a more positive way, but now I have the distinction of galvanizing is really effective and important. So the simple point is, in a very heartfelt, open way, I acknowledged my God, I don't know if it was 15 or 20 people that have been fathers and or father-like, my father, my stepfathers, and father-like figures in my life, including my grandfathers, my uncles, my sports coaches, Tony Robbins, Jay Abraham, and realize, I look back in my life, how blessed I have been. And there's plenty of things that didn't work out. And in those relationships with all those people I named, there's plenty of ways where I felt that let down at times by some of them, hurt catastrophically by some of the people whose names I wrote there. And none of it changes, though, the beautiful lessons learned from what they imparted into me. And in addition, also learning in some of those circumstances, and actually probably from many of them, some things that I wouldn't want to model and would want to do the opposite. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, or father figures to others. And I hope everybody had a beautiful weekend, and that we can, in the work of Allison Armstrong, also connect to some of the unique challenges that can occur for both men and women, but we're focused after Father's Day on men for a moment. in how misunderstood we can be and how our desire to protect and provide and to teach in some situations can lead to misinterpretation, and to have empathy when we're misinterpreted. It doesn't feel good for me. I'm sure it doesn't feel good for you. But to realize there's complexity in how we communicate, how we're received, and to always come back to ourselves first and think, okay, could I have communicated differently? Could I have communicated more optimally? And this occurred also over the weekend where I was, having interaction with somebody, I care about very much. And the conversation came up and they were speaking about an audience and saying the audience was wrong, was the wrong audience. And I was saying, well, okay. It was a conversation and shared, if we're approaching things from the perspective that the audience is wrong, that may be true, could be suboptimal. I know it's wrong, suboptimal. But what could we have done even with that audience to connect in a different way? So the jump off point for this ecosystem merger Monday is Happy Father's Day. We impact and are impacted tremendously by the models around us, our awareness of how we are impacted and what we are modeling and not, as well as how we are impacting others, is of immense value, because it helps us remember that who we think we are, because how we identify ourselves is something that is unbelievably important to us. Well, that's just me, right? And that's just me part may not be as true as we think it is, because we just may have picked up conditioned habits from others. And our awareness of where it came from in gratitude, and one, and two, and our ability to shift it, I am very present to this morning. Fernando, good morning. And to all of you again, good morning. Fernando, what is present for you, sir?
What's present for me is thank you for that share. I was in my head all morning thinking in driver mode, and that gave me the opportunity to tap back into my heart. So thank you. As you were speaking, I was 2D listening as I was thinking of all the figures I've had. And I would just share that I'm grateful for you. You have definitely been a figure that has taught me things about being a man, what integrity looks like, that emotion is strength, and many other dynamics. So as I heard you, I thought of you in a different way, and I am grateful. So thank you for setting that tone. We also have a few folk who are here that would like to share. If it's okay with you, I'd like to bring them on. Unblinded Chaz, if we can please bring on Karen and Vaughn. I know Karen has her hand up. Sean, you'll get a kick out of this. They were the two that set up a call with the founder of a large organization. I'll let them share names and things. In which I was in the middle of going to Heroic Unique Identity, and Sean decides to walk in on Facebook Live, yell and scream with Rob and all these people. And I'm like, Sean, I am literally in the middle of a call. And he's like, yeah, great, be on the video. And I'm like, this guy's crazy. And at one point I realized who I was talking to, and trying to battle Sean when he's in that energy is like definition of being prepared to lose. So I decided to jump on in, had fun, and the call ended up going incredibly. So Karen, if you can please share a few things. One, where your desire, well, thank you to Heather for being source for you being here. So Heather, if you're out here, truly appreciative. And if you could please share where your desire to set up the call came from. How was your experience on the call? And then what has happened since the call you'd like to share for the fine folk. So Karen, hello.
Great, thank you so much, Fernando. And that was absolutely hilarious. Sean, we were just dying.
So thank you for your patience with me. When I get into my fun energy mode around Rob Gill, I get a little crazy. So my apologies, and thank you for your patience.
Oh, not at all. It was spectacular. And truly, we have to thank my wonderful niece, Heather Bolt. She is part of the Mastery program. And she introduced me to Unblinded. And I was so impressed by the integrity-based human influence. And that really is what attracted me to everything. And when I heard on the Huddle last week that you and Fernando were in Utah, which is where I am, I jumped on it. And so I just boldly called or texted Fernando and got nothing back. So 3 hours later, I called and got his message saying, I'm never going to answer the phone. I text, and I did. An hour later, I talked with Lily, and we couldn't arrange to actually meet while you were here in Utah. But we had this fantastic call on Friday, and it was just remarkable. And the thing that was so cool about it is realizing that, you know, part of me just thinks, I'm just this normal person going about life and trying to do better. Working with the 10 by 10, which at the moment is a 4, comprised of a number of people that are some of my coaching clients right now, Vaughn and Richard Armstrong and Debbie Terry, and just keep encouraging each other to step out boldly. And so I did. And the next thing I know, we've got a tremendous ecosystem merger in the process. So you don't even have to do it right to get it right.
Love that.
That's awesome, Karen. That is awesome. So how did the call go? I mean, from, you know, your perspective, other than the craziness?
Oh, it was really amazing to be able to connect two organizations that I believe in very strongly. And again, the integrity is one of the things that I am most attracted to. The integrity of your organization and ours, the participation marketplace that we're working with, and to connect Richard Smith from our company with Fernando. And then all of a sudden, we sparked enough interest in what we're doing to help people so that we have another meeting in a couple of weeks to pound things out with you and Fernando and the CEO of our company and Chief Marketing Officer. And we've got a deal in the works, and I think it'll bless millions of lives.
Wow. I had no idea. You admitted, so that sounds fun. Karen, thank you for your belief. Thank you for your action. And again, thank you for your patience when I'm in crazy fun mode with Rob Gill. But we're always getting things done. And that fun mode a lot of times creates a very unique perspective on us. And scroll number 7 of Og Mandino's Greatest Salesman in the World is, today I lovingly laugh at the world. I've added, today I lovingly laugh at myself in the world. And just having fun is an important part of life too. So thank you for your massive action and for your understanding. Thank you, Vaughn, as well.
And your energy was one of the things that really drew the founder of our company in. And he's like, yeah, I want to work with these people, so let's make it happen. And big kudos to Vaughn, because he's the one who said, reach out to Fernando. And so without him, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, Vaughn, awesome job. Karen, awesome job. And I'm immensely grateful. And this is what it's about. So thank you very much.
Great job, Karen. Thank you once again. My apologies. It took 3 hours to respond. The process was in, and we made the call happen. And I'm super grateful for you, Sean, for being absolutely like beyond ridiculous and being who you are and displaying that side of the formula, because I was once again in driver mode, and then you brought out the fun energy on Fun Friday. So thank you.
And if I could really quickly for everybody, and I don't think I've done this yet, so forgive me, but we made an alteration to the wall, and I got one of my favorite gifts of all time. My children had a beautiful painting, and that's their names, Tyler, Courtney, and Emma, as like streets going other places. So we took down, not took down, but we're moving the beautiful soccer picture that was there. I believe it was Abby Wambach. And then we took down Darrell Rivas, which I think Peter Swain is going to be a little bit concerned about as a Jet fan. But Fernando, we replaced it with something much more important. Can you see what it was replaced with?
Is that, which picture is that? Is that the one from your birthday?
This is not. This is a different one. That was Star Wars. This is Batman. So this is from the kid. And yes, there's Batman. There's the whole cavalcade of arch villains and all that. So we made some beautiful alterations to the wall, and it grounds me in a sense of energy and justice, and that we are fighting against fear and distortion in a big way. And on this Monday, did you notice the sweatshirt?
Oh, dude, you got it, Mr. Scatoma. Hope you enjoy the hoodie.
Who created this? So these are like, I was sent, all of a sudden a package arrived and it said Mr. Scotoma in a beautiful sweatshirt. Where did this come from, Fernando? Do you
It's
know?
a gift from Lily and I, so I hope you enjoy
Oh my God, dude. Thank you. It's beautiful. I super appreciate it. I had no idea. I literally had no idea it was for you. So thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Very cool. So yeah, just jumping out to everybody, and I'll kick it back. We're gonna take it home in a couple minutes. For you, as you enter this week, 2 questions, real quick, and the same answer in the chat, please. Just what are you most excited about right now? What are you most excited about in the 6 things? Ecosystem merging, speaking engagements, sales meetings, sales, disposable income, contribution. Which of those 6 is the area you're most excited about driving on? And which of the 6 are you least excited about? Which of those 6? Or one that may be most challenging for you? So if you could drop that in, that would be amazing. And Fernando, how about yourself? In those 6 categories, you go, then I'll go. Which is the one you feel the best about? And which is the one you feel most challenged by?
When you say best about, meaning which one is working the highest or which one am I most excited to grow?
I would say that you're focused on and feeling progress, optimism, and is working the best right now.
The quality and quantity of our stages and microphones is definitely the highest. And then I would say the one that I am most challenged by and wanting to switch gears on is the transition of marketing to direct sales meetings. That is my #1 focus. And the one that I am most excited, just adding a 3rd point to increase, is contribution. It became very present to me over Utah. I love a quote from Courtney, is that you can't outgift God. And when she said, there's a big difference between measuring meeting sales revenue versus measuring how many kids you saved, how many kids you feed, and how much water you've given to the world. Those are KPIs that are much more meaningful, that are the exact same thing when you make them so. So I will kick that back to you.
Yeah, no, thank you, brother. So for me, I would say the area that I am most excited about is ecosystem merging. There is just such beautiful abundance and gratitude in all of the ways and things that are occurring. And interestingly, for me, I think the biggest growth area right now are speaking engagements, 2nd category. So in the relative quality of where we are speaking right now, is considerably lower than where we can and should be, because we're just not focused on. No, I'm not talking about like beautiful, thank you, Rura opens, great. I'm talking about there's a massive amount of stages out there in the world that we should be increasing the overall quantity of viewers and the specific demographics. So I think that is a huge area that over the weekend I saw and was focused on. So what is it for you? What's your area like? Yeah, this is like on it. And then this is like, yeah, huge opportunities. This is like not where it should be. So, and then in addition, I want to really put these like flags in the ground. We're looking, I think so many of you, not all, but so many, I think the vast majority would benefit from deepening relationships with attorneys and deepening relationships with accountants. So if you had to say that you think there should be some attorney connector that you know, or accountant connector that you know, like drop their name in the chat. Like, who are they? And are you contacting them? If not, why not? Like, should they be on the Real Raw? Should they be in somebody's Real Raw Open, including yours? So attorney connectors that you know, accountant connectors that you know, let's start driving that focus, because that so many of you serve entrepreneurs, small business owners. These are folks that know a ton. These are folks that need certainly more financial abundance. Many of them have some financial abundance. Many of them don't, but many of them are looking to scale and to create more time freedom. And then many who have the first 2 are looking to give back, impart, share, connect in deep ways, and looking for something that can help them impact the world So attorneys and accountants, who are they? What connectors? What positions? And Frando, any final before we take it home? And what do you see in the chat? And then we'll take it home.
So in the chat, we have speaking is important. Very proud of Karen. Some different optics on what are some of the areas they're looking to grow in. And Shuling asked if we can please discuss the we discussed this in our mastery call, so I'll just mention it briefly, that we are looking for 25 vertical ecosystem partners. This is just a number to start. That number will continue to grow as our movement grows, but right now we're looking for 25 vertical ecosystem partners. To add a little flavor to what that means is we've done a beautiful job as a movement booking all of June into early July Real Raw opens with many different people. What we're looking to do as we vertically innovate is, instead of doing 50 Real Raw opens with 50 people, we're looking to do 50 Real Raw opens with 25 people and doing them bi-weekly and monthly. And if you believe you are one of those vertical partners, please contact myself, Adam, and or Garrett. We'll put the information in there, as that is the next base camp that we're looking to achieve within the next 2 weeks. So if you're an accountant, lawyer, or anyone that's looking to be part of the most disruptive way of marketing experientially, aka Real Raw Open, please let us know. Back to you, Sean, for final.
Yeah. So yeah, just to be clear, the fastest way we are going to grow and expand your ecosystem and Unblinded overall, where there's like mutuality, is by Real Raw opens. The Real Raw, I mean, if you didn't see it on Friday, you don't have to watch it, but I'll tell you, we had a beautiful new innovation. So give me 2 minutes and we'll wrap. We had the #1 Facebook, the guy who wrote the best-selling book on Facebook advertising of all time. His first name is Keith. And he was up participating with this gentleman, Kyrie, who also has tremendous credibility in the space of Facebook advertising. And the role player was Lee, who's literally has an 8-figure company and was literally looking for somebody to help with Facebook advertising. And so the two were actually competing for a real job function. And both of them are going to get work. She's going to do 2 different things with them and give them work, and I think let them compete a little bit and have some fun. And it was a phenomenal step forward in the Real Raw. And thank you, David Gonzalez. And it was also phenomenal because the judges were just tremendous people and the depth of connection, et cetera, et cetera. So the Real Raw is so beautifully being curated, right? It's now who is going to emerge as the curators of Real Raw opens that really, really hit what you need in your business and the type of folks in your business, not for Unblinded, for your business. Because if you're winning, we're winning, period, right? So we're looking for those folks that will consistently see their future in running Real Raw opens that serve your business, not our business, and will eventually be replacing me, because I am going to be looking for people in different verticals that will be running Real Raw opens in some mutuality with Unblinded, mutually beneficial relationship with Unblinded yourself. Like that's what we're looking to do. And then occasionally maybe do like a super one, put together and I'll come on. But like that's the vision. Because remember, we said this is not about anybody from Unblinded, me included, speaking in front of, massive audiences all the time. This is about building audiences for everybody. So that's what's up. It is Ecosystem Merger and Mastery Monday. Love yourself. Love others with boundaries. Build your business, the 6 things, and have fun doing it. Hey, it's Mastery Monday. Love you guys. Have a great day.